Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brooke Lunnington.
And I'm Jace Mills. We knew it would be a spirited game, but tonight's KU and K-State rivalry quickly turned into an all-out brawl inside of Allen Fieldhouse. Take a look.
Just a scary scene there. Now, Riley Gates captured this video from underneath the basket where the fight broke out seconds after the very last play of the game. Sports director Pete Francis was at the game tonight, and he joins us live from the field house now. Pete, what were things like from your vantage point?
It was absolutely shocking, Brooke. This is something you never expect to happen, especially at the end of the game. It was just total carnage, and it could have been a whole lot worse. At one point, Silvio De Sousa grabbed a chair and had to be held back, and luckily he did, or things could have been much, much worse. But absolute chaos following the game, and the game didn't actually end with the fight. They had 1 second left. De Sousa got a technical foul, and then every single player on the bench was ejected. So they finished the game with the guys on the court, and they only were not ejected because they had to finish the game. Otherwise, they would not have finished the game. Total craziness, and Bill Self said after the game that it was very disappointing. There's going to be consequences, and it really overshadowed a huge game from Christian Brown. He had 20 points tonight, freshman career night, totally overshadowed by this fight. And we're going to find out tomorrow what happens. But for now, reporting live from Allen Fieldhouse, Pete Francis, KSNT Sports.
Yeah, certainly not the way anyone saw that game ending. Thank you, Pete. Now, sports reporter Celine Ingalls is here with us now to help us kind of break this all down.
Yeah, and as Pete kind of mentioned, we heard from both coaches, Bruce Weber and Bill Self, tonight. Obviously, neither one really happy with how this all turned out.
No, obviously, that's embarrassing. It was just an awful scene for both programs. I don't think that either one imagined the night was going to end like this. But let's take a look at some of the highlights, if you can call them that, from the end of this very game. An unfortunate scene. Every player ejected, as Pete mentioned. They all left the bench. That's the consequence. You deal with that. And these are just the beginning of the consequences. We'll have to wait and see what the implications are from both sides. As Pete mentioned as well, Silvio De Sousa lifting that chair. That is kind of the image that's being shared continuously across social media. And that one almost could have had legal implications had it gone any further. Obviously, it stopped there, but the fighting just continued and continued. To be suspended, that's not even out of the question. This is the play that kind of started us all. You have a block there, and then you have a stare down right after, and from there, things just escalate very, very quickly. You could give some credit to Deshaun Gordon there, the K-State player, who did keep his cool, but just about anyone else on the floor at that time lost it. And so now this is just an image that you're going to see again and again associated with both KU and K-State basketball. And as I said, both coaches agreeing that this was an embarrassing moment, and you'll hear from both of them later on in sports once again.
Without knowing exactly everything that went down, it was obvious to me that we played a role in what transpired, and there will be penalties for that.
You win with class, you lose with class. Disappointing that anything had to happen at the end, and that's all I can say.
You know, and as Pete mentioned, there were some highlight nights. Christian Brown, a great night on the court, something that you'd love to celebrate if you're a KU fan. But this is the only thing that anyone will really take away from this game.
Yeah, of course, as fans too. Yeah, not a sight you want to see at the end of that
Absolutely
game. Not a good one.
And definitely both teams kind of at fault here.
100%.
Right. Sully, thank you. Just a few moments ago, KU's athletic director Jeff Long releasing a statement about what comes next. We've got that posted for you at ksnt.com.